Hi there, Karl Baker with Baker CFO Advisory. Wanted to do a quick teaser on our first upcoming live webinar that we're going to do in January, on January 23rd in the late morning. Just wanted to talk about what we're going to talk about. The live webinar is called Mastering Cash Flow Management in 2025. Cash is king, a phrase that is thrown around a lot as a cliche, but it's really true. You know, I know as business owners that the amount of cash you have on hand today, tomorrow, coming up in the future is the difference between your success. It's the difference between you getting the return out of your business that you need. It's the difference between being able to grow or not. It's the difference between being able to make payroll or not. So having a quality understanding of cash flow and managing it proactively is key to a growing business. And we're going to talk about that in the webinar. We're going to address several questions, but I'm going to talk about two of them real quickly here, and then we'll give you a sense for what we're going to talk about. So the first one is people will call us all the time, maybe sometimes too late when there are real issues like can't meet payroll, those sort of things. And they say, we're having cash flow issues. And as we dive into it, they're not really having cash flow issues, they're having profitability issues. And there's a difference between a true cash flow issue where you have clients or customers that owe you money and that money hasn't come in yet, and a profitability issue where you're not charging enough based on your cost basis, etc. And there are real issues with both of those. Many times people think they're having cash flow issues when they're really having profitability issues. So that's number one. Number two, does a small business, does a growing business, do they really need to be, if you have all the cash you need, do you really need to be doing cash flow projections and managing cash flow? And I say the answer is yes, because it's important to put discipline in place and structure and policy in place in order to have a continual understanding so that you can stay on top of that. Your cash position might be good now, but in the future it might not. And if you have this cash flow management system and discipline in place today, you'll be able to evaluate and respond to issues in the future. So I think it's always important to have a good structure in place so that you're evaluating that. If you're seeking working capital, if you're seeking to grow and look for debt financing or other sort of financing, people will look for these sort of disciplines in place. So those are a couple things I just wanted to talk about. We're going to talk about those in some more detail. We're going to talk about other things. And finally, we're going to want questions and have a Q&A session where we can just talk on the fly about issues that you might be having. So be prepared. We're looking forward to it. January 23rd. Look for it in social media. We'll make sure it's in this session or in this posting as well, January 23rd, and it'll be on YouTube, and we'll look forward to speaking with you then. Who should be attending these? Well, if you're a growing business owner, if you're having these problems or you're wanting to avoid these problems or you're wanting to add new services, you should be attending this session and looking for others in the future. We work with healthcare enterprises, dentists, physicians. We work with nonprofits. We work with professional services firms. We work with contractors, and cash flow management is germane in all of those issues, in all of those entity types. So we look forward to having you join us. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.